On the first exam, Jungkook pecked my forehead saying, "Good luck baby and don't stress yourself." I swear if he had kissed me at that time, I would have actually lost my senses. But gladly he didn't, though I wished he did. 2 damn weeks passed by in a very slow pace. But the best thing was when I would crawl into the sheets and Jungkook would hug me in his sleep. I may or may not have hugged him back. Finally, I walked out of the exam hall stretching myself. My last exam ends here. Here comes freedom. Letting out a sigh in relief, I made my way towards my locker, but someone grabbed my wrist and pushed me to the lockers. I let out a faint scream as I groaned, and then my eyes met hers, and a frown unconsciously overtook my face. "What is your problem, Lena?" Usually, I play the role of nerd, but she messed with the wrong person. Lena, the female hoe of the campus, the leader of Pick Me Gang, when I know she's got nothing but artificial looks. "I heard you have found yourself a sugar daddy." She moved her head closer to me while I held in my breath. Her perfume was blocking my nerves. Yuck. "How about you introduce one to me?" I smirked at her and then gave a sudden push, but she balanced herself just in time. "You wish" was the only thing I said. I was held by my hair when I groaned. No one has ever done that to me. I am mad very much. I was being nice, but just as she rose her hand to slap me, I pulled a half Nelson about her neck, and now she was kneeling on the ground while I was holding her arm behind her back. I twisted it violently, and getting closer to her ear, I spoke loud enough. "You better mind your own business instead." I saw her friends coming my way and pushed her harshly to the ground. "And don't you dare lay your filthy hands on me." I smiled, more like smirked, hearing her muffled tantrums. Gosh, I can't believe I did that, proud of myself. She deserved that anyways. I smiled as Jungkook texted he arrived. "I'm here, love." Well, I love it when he calls me names. As I was walking through the ground, making my way to the gate after returning books to the library, I was pulled in a strong hug. It was a brief one, but I smiled seeing Bacon's reddened face and harsh panting sounds, and I realized he dashed all the way to my block. "I heard that, Lena. You alright?" I waited for him to regulate his breathing with crossed arms. "Hey, don't worry, she got her ass beaten from me. You better check up on her," I said while he laughed, giving me a salute, and I swung my hair playfully. "Anyways, where are you these days? I barely see you around." "Nothing, just this and that. Let's have a lunch together tomorrow. The driver is waiting." He made an O face and waved at me till I walked away. As usual, my hubby was waiting, leaning with the car, but he looked extra hotter today. Was it because of the sun kissing his handsome face, or the fact that his endearing gaze was piercing through me? I don't know. With reddened cheeks, I seated in the passenger seat. It was quiet today, unlike other days. Maybe he was in a bad mood, or maybe he had a frustrating day. I knew it since he was biting his inner cheek, a gesture I noticed he doesn't do often. Anyways, it shouldn't concern me. Exams are over and I'm gonna hibernate now. I just grabbed whatever from the wardrobe and went to take a shower. Only when I wore, I realized it was a red top with elastic around its collar, so it worked like a choker and reached mid-thighs. I liked it, but it's my old habit to do things with clothes, so I pulled it down to my shoulders, making it a shoulder-cut top, and the fact I looked like a damn meal. Not to mention, my reddened lips perfectly matched with my outfit. Okay, I'll keep it like this and pull it back up to neck when Jungkook comes home at dinner. He leaves me after dropping me, and now it's my Netflix time. But I was so wrong. Just as I walked out, giggling like a 5-year-old, my footsteps halted, seeing him leaning on the wall. This is gonna end so bad. The towel from my hand fell on the floor. It was purely accidental, I swear. I noticed his eyes roaming from my toe, stopping at my dress for a few seconds, and then that intense gaze meeting eyes. I unconsciously gulped, seeing him biting his inside cheek. He looked so tempting, leaning with the wall, his hands in pockets of his pants. His sleeves were rolled up, revealing those damn hot tattoos, and that loosened tie plus dress shirt. His coat was neatly placed on the daybed. Google, play unholy. I took a step back, eyeing him carefully, and that click sound he made was enough for me to know he wasn't liking what I was thinking. He thought I was trying to escape, but little did he know that wasn't the case. My each organ was excited in anticipation for what was about to come. My body is on fire. I felt my heart beating at unfriendly pace and blood rushing through my veins. I knew I was looking like a whole course meal, and I knew how triggering it is for him. If I were him, I will drool over myself looking like this too. But I like to play, so I rushed to the door in an attempt to leave the room, but as expected, he was quicker. My tiny brain worked well. And that's what I wanted. I could feel his breath on my shoulder as I was holding the knob, but his palm was pressed to the door, shutting it back. I bit on my lower lip as his arm wrapped around my waist. His touch burns me. A peck was landed on my shoulder, and that one sweet action was enough to make my legs go weak and lose my senses. The wibble-wobble sensation in my tummy wasn't helping too. Touch me, love me, burn me. I was turned around, and next moment my back was pressed on the door and his breath caressing my lips. I tried to avoid his gaze, not to mention the blush creeping to my cheeks, but he pressed his forehead to mine. I couldn't look away. His gaze holds so much authority that I didn't dare to defy it. Defy him. But I want to. I want to be a bad girl. I want to experience the things he would do. I would love to. I felt his hand crawling to my lower back, and then he spoke. Who was that guy, love? His words calm, but I could notice a hint of a foreign emotion in that tone. What guy? I tried not to stutter, but the proximity was killing me. Before I could go further, I felt my top being fisted, and he pulled it down a bit. My breath hitched. I could feel the threat in his actions. His piercing gaze was enough to tell me, oh my oddness, no way he's so bacon. He's a friend. The words came out rather in a husky voice, knowing his hand was fisting my top, and it could be pulled off any time. Then again, I know he won't do that, not until he has my consent. Another green flag of his. I don't like other men hugging you. His eyes left mine, and his lips were found on my end of collarbone, and I felt him planting soft kisses. I bit on my lower lip harshly. This is so heavenly. He gently pushed my hair back, and that one action meant a lot of things. His cold fingers caressing my hot skin. His thumb held my chin, releasing my lips and leaving a soft peck there too, before finding their way back to my collarbone. I love it how possessive he is of me. I don't want you in fights again. He stopped for a moment, pulling my dress a little farther down from the back where he was fisting the dress. Another pull and dress would end on my ankle. And I wouldn't like you near guys again. I held in my breath, becoming like a statue. His lips traveling to my chest from neck, planting kisses, inhaling my scent, and then sucking them all on my cleavage. I am loving his way of punishment. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.